Lighthouse Buddies, Episode 10. My name is Tempe, and I am Tempe on Ravelry.
And I'm Crystal, and Crystal Mo on Ravelry, and Crystal Mo1 on Instagram.
Today is May 31st. Had to stop and think about that a moment there. It has been 3 weeks since our last podcast. Crystal is fortunate enough to live on her own, but I still have 3 school-age children, and all the moms around here and I have been discussing how May is now the new December, so I'm very sorry. We're done with school now. Hopefully it'll calm down. But I have not finished any objects since we last talked.
Yes, you have.
Nope.
Spinning stuff.
That comes later.
But it's finished.
But it comes later.
Okay.
You're breaking the rules.
Oops.
Crystal has finished stuff. She's always trying to help me out.
I do. I made a little stuffy. His eyes are a little bit uneven, but you can't really tell unless you're really looking at it. But he turned out so cute.
He is cute.
He doesn't stand, but he does sit. I thought he was cute. And for the SSK Knit-Along 2, the goal was to, well, I didn't use one of the vendor's patterns, but I used vendor fiber for hand spun, so it's Miss Babs, watermelon, and pink that I had hand spun. And I used a fat squirrel bag, and I took a picture of it all when I was at Maroon Bells up in Aspen, and it is huge.
Oh, wow.
So the story of watermelon, where I 3-plied it and messed up colors,
does not give any suggestion of that sort of size.
It's huge. So the beginning where it's in-plied is how I thought, how I expected it all to turn out. But I 3-plied it and realized I ruined it, and I had what was left over I in-plied. So the beginning is politically incorrect. I used her green for my little leafy that goes in the beginning. And this is Rami's Zephyr Cove pattern. And it is going and going and going.
How do you plan to use this?
As a wonderfully large scarf.
Wrap for you and 3 of your best friends?
Look, see, it's just right. It'll be perfect this winter.
Oh, yeah.
So it is rather large. But I love that it showcases the in-ply and the 3-ply. Mm-hmm. And Maggie suggested that I put it next to a pink and that it would bring out the pink in the watermelon so it wouldn't be so green. So I have that section. And then I have the plain pinks. So this pattern was perfect in that it showcases every part of the yarn that I really wanted to showcase. So I love it.
Well, I'm
super
glad
happy
that you knit it up so that you don't have it sitting there being unhappy with it.
I love it. I'm so super happy. So I turned a frowny into a happy.
That's awesome.
And
a very large happy.
Very large. It's merino bamboo silk, which I love to spin. But it is, I don't even know how big it is. I was going to measure it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to know.
Some things are better a mystery.
Yeah, it's big. I took a picture, I think I might have sent it to you, with it stretched out and the dog next to it.
I didn't even notice the dog in there.
Yeah, that's kind of how big it is.
I thought it was just, I figured it was like a hitchhiker size.
Maybe 2 hitchhikers end to end.
Did you stand on top of your dresser to get the picture?
I did stand pretty far away. And my mug from my awesome friend who loves me.
Okay, well, in our time since, I have worked on 3 different projects. One of them is the socks for my son Douglas. This is
What yarn is it?
I'm sorry?
What yarn is that?
That is the Swizzle, Reynolds Swizzle.
Nice.
In color 4008. So yeah, 75% merino, 25% nylon. I'm on the toe decreases of sock number 2, so I'm almost all done. And then I will get to cast on, well, I already cast on the Pump Up the Volume socks previously from Megan Williams with Stockinette Zombies, and so I will be ripping that out because I started it before February 1st. And I will rip it out and restart for the Zombie Knit Apocalypse drawing.
Yay.
But I will be finishing these.
I like those. Those are good guy stripes.
Douglas is not afraid of colors. He's fine with the pink. He likes the blue. He likes rainbow. I knit these a little tighter, so he might have trouble putting them on, in which case they will be his sisters. So I worked on...
I can't believe how big the boys' feet are already.
My lefty. Well, their dad wears a 14, 15, so they've got big feet. So I have 25 leaves on my lefty now.
Nice.
And I have, everything wants to roll away, this much left of my main color. So I'm trying to see if I am good to do one more leaf stripe because the pattern calls for... No? You're shaking your head. You don't think so?
Hold that up again. It doesn't look like much. No.
I may not be, but I'm willing to give it a try. And
You're good at ripping.
A lifeline in.
Yeah, and you're good at ripping. You don't mind ripping out.
I don't mind ripping out. So I need to sit down and finish this off because it's either this stripe in the last leaf or pull back and bind off at stripe leaf number 25.
Or you could just go until you run out of yarn and end on
No. No.
Why would you waste the yarn of ripping back to the end
but
of
then
the
it would be uneven.
So.
Each stripe is supposed to have 5 garter ridges, and what if one of them only has 4? I would never be able to wear this.
See, I would be more distraught by the fact of having 5 extra yards of yarn wasted.
Nope. I can let that go.
Well, in fact, is it still... Here's how much I have left of watermelon. Like, it's that much.
Mm-hmm. Well, lefty is the Martina Bem pattern.
And I don't throw this away.
Because you're weird.
Because I don't have enough yarn. Okay, I'm sorry.
You want to show them your little pile of scraps?
I know. I'm so bad. But it comes in handy.
Yeah. And you know what else comes in handy?
Why not?
If I pull this back, then I'll have a big little ball here that will come in handy.
There you go. But you'll throw it away.
No. I use this for provisional cast-ons and such.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, I am not used to wearing glasses, and I do not enjoy wearing glasses.
Then why are you?
Because my eye was hurting, so I took out my contacts. So anyhow, 3 Irish girls, the Adorn sock and driftwood in the stripes, and the rest of it is MCN in the McNamara colorway. So they are going to be vendors at Stockinette Zombies, and the Zombie Knit Apocalypse, I may take this up there to show them.
I think you should.
I think I should too.
It's beautiful.
All the more reason to finish. And then my third project I just cast on recently, and it is Tiller, Tiller, by Julie Hoover. It is in the Brooklyn Tweed, fall 2013.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Had to stop and think about that.
You're the cable queen.
Fall 2014. Sorry, fall 2014. I am not making it in the Brooklyn Tweed shelter because, I will be honest, I am cheap. But I'm enjoying this. It's Cascade 220 and number 2450 Mystic Purple. I'm liking it. It's going to be like 10 inches wide.
And I hear mixed reviews on the shelter.
I think my understanding is it's spun by Harrisville. So it's very similar to the Watershed, which is what I used in my Bennington that I showed on the last episode. It was very nice to work with. I enjoyed working with it. I think they're fairly similar. It bloomed beautifully when I washed it. I used it in a hat, and I will say what people say about it being sort of delicate and breaking. When I ran it through the last stitches at the top of the hat and pulled, it snapped. But just, as a yarn, don't pull on it. It'll snap easily when you do that, but it knits up so nicely. I love the bloom. I love that it's sort of poofy. It's not so dense. It's got some body to it. I don't know about the shelter, but honestly, I love the colors. I looked at it in person. I'm cheap. It would be close to $100 or more to make this scarf and shelter. I am cheap.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm making it in Cascade 220.
I think the Cascade is beautiful.
And I'm sure the shelter is beautiful. And as I say, I used pretty much the equivalent when I made the Bennington. But for a scarf, for a sweater, I would do it. For a scarf, it's a scarf. A scarf, I will not do it. So I've started that, and I set it aside because I turned into a spinning fool lately. And I haven't been doing much knitting, which is why I still haven't finished my socks. But I will be getting there. Would you like to share your spins first, Miss Crystal?
I have one whip. I only have one thing that I'm working on because I finished my Zephyr. So I'm working on Rock Island. And this has been on my to-do list for years. And I really wanted to do it out of a blue purple. And this is a Plucky Knitter colorway. It was a club color. I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So you cast on this way, and you knit the length, and it's a yarn over knit two together on this side, and then you'll come back and you'll pick up stitches to make the shawl. So this has been on my to-do list forever. All year long, I've been chomping at the bit to cast on, and I wouldn't cast on until this month for the knit along. As soon as I cast on, I'm like, okay, so what else can I work on? And I don't know what my deal is about getting distracted. Now that I can finally knit it, I have set it down so many times. But at least I do have a shawl for May. So it's not the right shawl. I was supposed to have Rock Island done for May. But I'll finish it in June. And then I don't even know what the June shawl is supposed to be. So that's it. You want to share your spins?
I completed Quoth.
That's beautiful.
This is the messiest looking skein. I really need to rewind it, but I'm too lazy.
That's chain plied, right?
This is chain plied straight from the braid. I did not split it or divide it in any way. I have 442 yards of chain plied 50-50.
Beautiful.
Into the World for the Mega Spin Along with the Terry Pratchett. My daughter has already requested it, and she picked out a pattern. Glitz at the Ritz by Helen Stewart. It's a knitty from First Fall 2013. I thought I was going to like this a lot more than I did, but I discovered while I was chain plying many sections that are overspun. I'm not happy. I'm disappointed in myself. My chains are getting better. So that's something, but
I think it's gorgeous.
It's nice. I'm not unhappy with it. I just thought I would be happier.
Okay, if I had done that skein, how impressed would you be?
It really doesn't matter either way because my daughter wants it and she'll be happy.
But you need to be nicer to yourself.
Now, there really are overspun bits that I could not ease out that are all wiry in there and over twisted, but me plying that and overspinning that helped me out with this. This is Lime Ricky, the 75% organic Polworth, 25% mulberry silk blend from Friends and Fiber. It is a CTA spin from July to September of last year, and I finally finished it. And after my experience, I didn't have very much done, less than an ounce. After my experience with chain plying the quote, I switched to a larger whirl. And I'm happy. No overspun sections. So squishy. So happy.
And it's gradient too, right?
It was dyed as a gradient, but I also... some here. I also offset the colors a bit so that they blend even more.
Nice. It's beautiful.
And I'm very pleased. There isn't that much of the yellow and a lot more of the green, so I'll start at the yellow and go down to the green. My Cub Scout co-leader is very fond of green, and it's nice to have a co-leader. So
how many yards? I'm sorry.
I'm getting to that.
Oh, I thought you said it and I missed it. I'm sorry.
No. My plan is to make the Leaf Evolution by, I'm sorry, this is not a name I'm familiar with, Tatiana Otruda. I have 504 yards of this. So I have planned my shawls for both of these things, but they're going to wait because I signed up, I enlisted in Starfleet. I'm such a nerd. I'm in the Starfleet group on Ravelry. I have been assigned to the USS Zimmerman. I will get my orders tomorrow and what my mission is, and I'm hoping that I can fit either one of those two shawls into my missions for the next 3 months.
Nice.
So I've not cast on, even though I know what I'm doing. I did start one more spin. It is, here, I buried it over here. It is Frabjous Fibers BFL Redwood Forest, 8 ounces of gorgeous BFL in some of the most beautiful colors. Man, these are showing up perfectly. These are gorgeous. These are warm, brilliant blues, gorgeous browns, those greens that my good friend Crystal gave me for my birthday approximately, I think it was 5 years ago. So I finally decided, since it's 8 full ounces, to do 3.5 ounces because I never need the full 4 for socks. And the other 4.5 ounces will be more of a DK weight for a squishy cow. So,
Nice.
because I get cocky, and I'll just keep talking, you don't get to talk. I get cocky, I go along, I measure out my 3.5 ounces, I do a quick and dirty division. I have one more here. You want to see how well I sorted out my weights? Oh yeah. What I will do is I will go ahead and do the 3-ply when it is done. Then I will look at my other 2 bobbins. Bink. And whichever one is larger will get Andean plied, and then I will 3-ply the remaining stuff, and that can be like heel and toe, and it will all be fine.
Perfect.
It's not an exact science. I'm all good with it, and it's going to be so pretty.
So go back to the Friends and Fiber. You were telling me, and I was so impressed that the some of the Polworth silk had been on the couch and not necessarily.
It was not treated nicely. It was not put away in a bag. It was not on the wheel. It was a section about yay long, fishtail. And it fell down, and it got sat on, and it got put back up, and it fell on the floor and got kicked around, and it got put back up. And it was like that for, let's see, I've had this since last July. Let's call it at least October. Picked it up, put it on the bobbin. You would not know that it was so badly abused. And yes, it was abused. This sounds so squishy.
That's so impressive.
It drafted like a dream. Love it, love it, love it. This, Frabjous Fibers, I do love Frabjous and their colors. Look at these colors. Gorgeous color here, gorgeous color here. Fragis is one of my favorite colorways. You cannot order straight from her.
She totally has your number.
She has my number big time. So this is her sparkle with the cathedral that I was working on. That was a little compacted. I don't know. We'll call that me and me not storing things well. It's a fight. I will finish.
Have you tried opening it?
To open it,
Wow, you can hear it.
and this is already the pre-opened. Yeah, you can't see through it. It's a struggle. I will finish this. There is not that much left. But this is a good part of why I decided not to continue in the fiber clubs. I have 5 or 6 tubs of fiber. I'm very happy with the fiber. I need to spin it up before it all gets damaged. Booyah.
Could you use your combs on it to open it up at all? Would that work?
Well, I'm sure I could, but that would blur up my color, and this was one that I decided to spin straight once again and chain ply. So I will rather force my way through it. Not in a very happy mood while I do it, but that's okay. It's good angry fiber to spin.
It is pretty colors, at least.
It's gorgeous colors. It will make something gorgeous. Perhaps a Zephyr Cove, a much smaller Zephyr Cove.
It's rather large.
It's wonderful.
I had 2 spins. I think I showed you the bobbins of the Southern Cross, which I chain plied.
That looks so huge and poofy.
It really is. I'm so happy with it. It's about 220 yards. And it's very squishy. I love the colors. I'm super happy with it. I spun it long draw, so woolen. It's very squishy. Super happy. And then I showed you the package of the Be Myself
Your
Southwest
gradient
Sunset.
set?
Super happy. About 850 yards. 2-plied. It was such a dream to spin. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That looks really nice. Now, did you do them all together on one bobbin?
You know, I was going to do separate bobbins for each. And then I was lazy. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to keep changing bobbins every, because that would have been 10 bobbins, or I would have had to wind off onto storage bobbins. So after I finished the first color, I took a leftover piece of string and tied it just to mark it to me so that I was aware when I got to the end of the color, because the first 2 colors, when you're spinning them, they were very similar, and it was hard to see the color shift.
Uh-huh.
So I just tied a piece of string on there after I spun it right where the 2 colors joined, just so I could see where I was. And then when I was applying it, when I got to the first one that had a color string, I took the string off and I looked at the other one to see how much I had left. If there was just, not too much left, I just went ahead and kept applying and just had that as a gradient. If there was a big section, then I wound off, like butterfly wound off, the one bobbin that still had a lot, and I 2-plied that until I got it closer, and then continued.
It's very impressive.
It was such a joy. I love her. And then I ordered the blue gradient.
Did you?
Yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, you can see the pictures because it's beautiful.
Which fiber? For the blue?
The Superwash Merino Silk. I have the blue, and then Old Cottage, and then I got the fiber for the SSK spin along, or not SSK, the Knit Girl spin along. which is Three Waters Farm. Because I like Three Waters Farm too.
They have fabulous soap.
They do. Mom even likes their soap, you know. Mom can be kind of picky.
I need to place another order. Love the soap.
The
Great
orange
lather.
clove, I think, is my favorite.
You told me geranium clove.
Isn't it orange clove? I don't know. Whatever. It's a clove one. It's so yummy.
You eat your soap?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keeps my mouth clean.
I did discover a new TV show while I've been doing all this spinning. Love my iPad mini. I just set it up next to me on the TV tray. And spin away. Turn, Washington Spies. I love anything colonial. It makes me so happy. I highly recommend it if you like colonial stuff. It's an AMC series. No nudity. So nice. I did not watch any more of Outlander after the break. I did not watch the last episode before the break. I have not watched it since it came back from the break. Crystal was kind enough to let me know that they went off the deep end.
Yeah. You know, me personally, less is more. Like the old Psycho movie, how many people were terrified from the Psycho shower scene and they didn't show anything?
There's a shower scene? I've never seen that.
You've seen Psycho?
No.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my god. And you talk about me. Okay, you have to
I knew there was a scene, but I still have not seen it. Shame on you. Shame. Spoiler.
They don't show anything, though, and it scared the crap out of people. And, you know, you can have the intimate scenes without showing anything. You don't need to see the naked bodies to know what they're doing. Just my personal soapbox. I don't need to see all the details. And it's kind of all the shows. Salem, Outlander, Game of Thrones.
Salem, I tried getting into. Couldn't do it after a couple episodes, but I will be watching Game of Thrones after this. I like the books too.
But we don't need all the scenes.
No.
You can hit to it without showing the details, in my personal opinion. Sorry, soapbox annoyance.
No, it bothers me. That's why I didn't go back to Outlander, which is a shame because I love the whole time period and time travel. Oh, look. Ready to graft.
You're going to have an FO tonight.
I will. So there's no point in sharing it next week. Hopefully I'll get my other stuff done. And I have one thing of enabling. Well, acquisition. Because I should speak Ferengi because I'm in Starfleet now. Oh, man. The nerd life makes me so happy. This was a gift. This is a Kona jelly roll.
Beautiful.
Upside down. And I will use this to make the Jelly Roll Star. Sorry about the glare. The Jelly Roll Star from Missouri Star Quilt Company with a black background so it will look like an Amish quilt.
Beautiful.
I don't know when I will get to this because I'm establishing a quilt stash. But this fabric will not felt.
No, it won't.
Compact. Nothing is going to eat it here. As long as there is no fire, this can wait.
Yay.
I'm done.
That's it for me. I need to get my Rock Island done. I need to do my zombie knit along, which I'm thinking a shawl. I know that's shocking. That's it for me.
Okay. Well, then we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you for watching.